Later, the federal government arrested 12 union leaders, forbade the publication of the Western Labor News, and ordered the mounted police to put down demonstrators with any necessary force. Okay, that's getting a bit sketchy. On June 21st, 1919, war veterans organized a parade to protest the restrictions, and a crowd of 6,000 people gathered before the city hall. Bum, bum, bum. A streetcar operated by strikebreakers approached on its route. The veterans overturned it and set it on fire. Well, damn you guys, eh?
Yeah.
The mounted police and specialists charged the crowd.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah. Then with revolvers drawn, editor of the Western Labor News, Fred Dixon, reported, the mounted police galloped down Main Street, turned and charged right into the crowd on William Avenue, firing as they charged.
Shit.
One man standing in the sidewalk thought the Mounties were firing blank cartridges until a spectator standing beside him dropped with a bullet through his breast.
Oh.
Dismounted redcoats lined up, declaring military control. Wow, that's crazy, eh?
It is, yeah.
On that bloody Saturday, 2 strikers were killed, 34 others were wounded, and the police made 94 arrests. Fearing more violence, workers decided to call off the strike on June 25th at exactly 11 o'clock in the morning. The strikers returned to work 40 days after it began. The largest social revolt in Canada history had been crushed. 7 of the arrested strike leaders were convicted of a conspiracy to overthrow the government and sentenced to jail terms ranging from 6 months to 2 years. Protestant minister James Shaver Woodsworth was arrested but not convicted. He was elected to Parliament 2 years
buddy.
later.
Attaboy.
Of course, right?
So the next part just goes more into graphic detail of people speaking and bystanders. I don't know if we want to get through this. A lot of small print there.
There's very tiny print. I'm like, holy crap, this is little.
I'll just skip to the end piece if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Or do you
Give
want
your little heart desires to do. Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll just wrap that part up because now we want to talk more about what, the happenings with how everything ties in with the Walker / Burt and Cummings Theatre. So, like we had noted before in our 4th episode of Giving Up the Ghost, it was decided maybe that some wanted to stay in the afterlife because they loved the Walker Theatre that much. It's believed that the ghosts of the former actors Lawrence Irving and Mabel Hackney, who passed away in 1914, remain in their beloved venue. The century-old Walker Theatre, aka Burt and Cummings Theatre, has ghosts whom workers have heard applauding from inside the theatre. The ghosts are also said to speak, whisper, and move 200-pound steel doors. Now, aside from, and I won't get into the herbal tea, herbal Mabel, Irving and Hackney duo.
Yeah.
At the time says, they vowed to be back, blah blah blah, and perhaps there was also the other person that was said to haunt it. What was the gentleman who was selling tickets at the front?
Oh yeah, the ticket master.
Yeah,
dude, right?
yeah. And there was a former employee at the Burt and Cummings Theatre who reported seeing like a stocky woman in black, and she would rise down stage to the left, and she seemed to rise up from the floor and then disappeared. So there's a lot of reports of apparitions and spirits and activity. But, when we were talking, me and Jen, and just talking with people there was a lady that walked through and she was a card reader, and she when Jen talked to her, she had asked her, and it'll be on the audio, she said, well, how do you feel going into the theater? Right. She goes, do you feel a good sense or a bad sense?
Yeah.
She says, I feel a very full sense. There's a lot of people in there.
Oh, so she's sort of like lots. She's very full.
Lots of energy.
Yeah.
So she didn't say necessarily good or bad, but she said,
lots.
There is a lot of spirits in there.
Yeah.
And then, we go back, we always talk about energy carries forth. We always talk that people don't necessarily haunt
they just
where they die. They gravitate, residual hauntings. They attach themselves to possessions or places that they love. Right?
Yeah. Or people.
So when you have so much activity happening at a theater, and they say all theaters are haunted, right? So when you have so much activity happening at
a specific venue like that.
Yeah, like the Walker, especially when it's like the the precursor.
Oh, yeah.
Right? To striking and the fervence, all the people, the energy, the hostility, they're upset. Like that energy must still be there. Maybe people remember that being the high point of their lives at some point.
Could be, yeah.
And they've come back.
Right. Yeah.
Or actors. Actors felt the love standing on stage.
How many actors could have been up there on that stage? Who knows?
Maybe Bob Hope came back. I can only hope.
Well, yeah. That would be pretty damn cool, eh?
Yes, I am.
Bob!
I am sad and middle-aged.
No, but really, if it's a marker in people's lives,
sure.
right?
Yes.
A lot of people gravitated toward it. And if they were there for a meeting, a show, a whatever, it's a signpost on a particular road if you're traveling at that time, right?
Yeah.
You know that place.
Right. And people go back, no matter if they're dead or alive, there's still people, and that's where their energy flows back to. Some of the other occurrences, just to recap, as we've talked about in previous episodes, other things that's been experienced and seen, the side lights that go on and off on the stage. There's an undeniable feeling of being watched. There's shadows moving in an otherwise empty building. Doors that are supposed to be left open and are found closed with no explanation. The sound of somebody climbing the wooden stairs in the second balcony. And that one, known as the Gods. Yeah. There's a door back there. Jen took a picture, right? There's a door back there, right? And she kept trying to take a picture of up in the Gods,
right, yeah.
I guess where the, maybe where the movie room was, for the reels or something. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And she said for whatever reason, her camera would not
focus.
Oh,
yeah.
No, it wouldn't let her.
Tap.
She tried it from different angles. She could not get a clear shot.
Ooh.
Whoa, that scared the shit out of me.
The shit out of me
nice
too.
Timing, dog.
Like, holy crap.
I gotta go change my clothes.
Yeah, I was about to piss myself.
The dog did not like something else.
No. Oh my god. Yeah, no. That's weird though, right?
Yeah. And there's of course the unworldly hand clapping. So the second balcony, known as the Gods,
That's funny though, because the Gods up there were the cheap seats at that time.
Right, and they're actually former pews. That's what those rows are made out of. They're former pews. Yeah, church pews. I don't know where from exactly, but that's what we were told that day.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Well, pews, they're pretty well built, so.
Yeah, so there's like voices and whispering and light anomalies, Yeah. So, so.
Creepy cool.
Yeah, but, back in the day, like.
That was your night out.
That was your night out,
hell yeah.
Enjoy
you could
yourself.
watch 4 shows, different things. You want to watch some news? Go watch it after your vaudeville performance, right?
Well, that's what I was just reading the word vaudeville.
Very
like, who's to say, people were attached to it. They decided to come back. I mean, imagine, and again, like I'm reiterating, but I wrote it down. I wrote it so eloquently, I have to say it. Imagine standing on the stage in front of 1,000 to 2,000 people performing, right? It's the performance of your life, and you're rewarded with accolades, cheering, adulation from a roaring crowd, and it's all for you, baby. You.
Yep.
Imagine the positive energy. Wouldn't you want to return to that in the afterlife?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. The place that made you a star. Hey, baby, I can make you a star.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, no.
So.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that is our tribute to the 1919 General Strike, the 100-year anniversary.
Crazy.
That brought us out.
Happened there.
I know. And it's, we're kind of glad to be a part of it.
Like, it was very good. When they were chanting going down the street, it was super cool.
Very cool. I know. Yeah.
Imagine it was worse than that time.
Oh, brutal, hey? Yeah. So,
very good.
In saying that, I guess we'll
say
tag off on this episode. Say sayonara, auf Wiedersehen,
bon voyage,
bon voyage,
tomo arigato,
tomo
jumbo
arigato. We should look up what it says in different languages, giving up the ghost. I like that. I really
Google
like that.
Translate. We'll have to Google Translate.
And remember, we started last time, we said not shout outs, do scream outs, right?
Scream it out once.
Scream out!
Oh, we're going to scream out to Brian.
Brian.
Scream out to Brian.
Brian Langlotz. Yep. He's a friend of the show. He took us on the Man of Nature tour.
The tour.
It seems like a lifetime ago.
It does, really.
And he has his play, Letters, which will be at the Fringe Festival this July.
The Fringe.
He has sent us a clip for advertising. If you like nostalgia as we do and everything that goes with it, it's a very professionally done clip. So please listen
way better than us.
Oh yeah, way better. And have a listen and hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
Let's see. I edited all this out, I'm sure. Oh, where'd he go?
Unknown.
Oh, there he is.
There you go.
Here. Don't start playing Judas Priest or something.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
No, that'll be okay too.
Yeah.
When we managed to get to Rome, we found out Tom had been cleared to fight. We were all happy to hear that. We knew we needed all the men we could get. And while we were trying to take Rome, We were caught off guard. I was shot in the leg. Paul and Tom stepped in front of me and protected me. That's when... To find out what happens next, come see Letters by Brian Langlotz at the Winnipeg Fringe Theatre Festival, July 17th to the 28th, Venue 3, Portage Place. You don't want to miss this show.
But very good, Brian. That's very
crap,
professional.
way better.
Wow.
Better than us.
Do you want to come edit our show?
Yeah, you can come edit. Put a little music for us and shit.
We'll give you free booze and cheese.
We always have cheese.
There's always cheese for some reason. I don't know. It's like a prerequisite or something.
I know, it is, really, isn't it?
Because we know everything about nothing.
And nothing about everything.
We know everything about nothing and nothing about everything.
I think so.
I think so.
Or maybe I don't know.
And it's Saturday night. And Saturday night's alright for podcasting. Oh, Sherry.
I'm out of my
oh
beer.
my God. That's horrible. What
Can
a
I
shitty
fill it
host.
with tears?
Hey, if we get a budget, we got to get a beer fridge for this room. Hello.
Dead horse. Awesome? Dead horse. We love you.
Dead horse cider.
We don't want to be stalkers, but seriously.
No, we haven't forgotten about you,
No.
and we want you to show us the ghost love and love us and back.
Love us. We love your
dead
horse.
I want to do investigation work of your location there because you had said that you're at a dead end. We want to find out more about Dead Horse Cider and maybe do a little history dig and maybe go for a road trip.
Oh, hey, road trips are good.
Sample
cider.
Samples, I like samples.
Oh, sample cider.
We'll bring the munchies, you bring the booze.
Yeah, bring the cheese.
Hey, booze tour. Spirits with Spirits.
Oh my God, booze
right?
tour.
Right? It's like meant to be.
Booze tour. Oh,
it's like
my
a
God.
marriage meant to be.
It is.
And one other thing. So we did the scream outs to Brian.
Yep.
He's fabulous, and all the guests we've had, they're fabulous.
They're all fabulous,
and they're spooktacular.
Spooktacular.
That was without the alcohol.
That was very good.
Up. Thank you.
You're sober now. You ate.
Well, it's kind of food's leveled off, but. The t-shirts, we have our beautiful t-shirts.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
We still have about half left, so please get a hold of us. $12.
Cheap.
$12 before you have to pay tax at some
like
point. So
borscht.
Consider it. That's right.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Oh yeah, like there's quite. We in our 6th episode we discussed this location, and there's Mabel and Irving. They're the ones that performed here, and then they died en route back to England, and they loved them so much they say that they're the ones that actually haunt this facility. Mm-hmm. But I think there's a lot more to it, like energy, right? Like, I mean, if this was a favorite place for other performers or anybody else, they could just come back, or residual hauntings. They would probably just. Sure. I mean, wouldn't you want to go back to the place that you loved and that you were adoring? Like, if you were standing on stage night after night and people were applauding and accolades, it's like, oh, this is my home. Well, this is where you're going to come back to, I would imagine. Right. Can't deny that. I'd come back.
Or even somebody who came here all the time to see.
If their enjoyment was the theater or even movies, right?
Right.
Yeah. This is where I'd come back
to. Do you listen to podcasts?
Sometimes. Yeah, well, check us out. Does she? Well, maybe not the little girl, because we swear and drink. Sorry. I'm sorry. Do you want a glow stick?
We have no beep.
Yeah, I don't. I edit. Yeah, I edit, but I don't edit. So it's part of the fun. We're just chicks that sit around and snack and drink and talk ghosts, and it's fun.
That sounds good. I'll check that out. But it's all true stuff, like through Winnipeg and surrounding areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously
there's so much here. Yeah, and there's so much here. Like our first episode out is the Hamilton House. Do you know about Hamilton? That's the one on Henderson Highway where they did all the spiritualism seances and stuff. Oh, check out first episode. Again, first episode, I say basically 35 times because that was my crutch because we're new to it and stuff. But essentially, it's such a pivotal place in Winnipeg, I think, because that's where spiritualism started here. And it was actually a very respectable doctor in the city. That's crazy, eh? Because I love history. See how I'm not swearing today? Because I usually put a F-bomb. I love history. Kids.
There's no kids here.
Yeah, I know.
There's one over there.
Right. That's funny. Try that again. Got to be careful with pictures I send to people.
I was like, yeah, I know. I took it.
See, but that was weird because I did forward it. Maybe somebody's playing with the camera here. Oh no, I sent it to him. Oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
Because I didn't select you. I didn't select all.